Morning, guys. Welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to Wrestling Daze Live. We are going to be live every single morning, looking at news, talking about all the latest developments in the wacky world of wrestling. And obviously there's been quite a bit of news over the weekend that we need to talk about. And of course it is Raw tonight as well. So the big news, the news story that we're going to kick off with, Roman returns to Raw. Now, this is quite an unusual story because this broke on social media. Roman just came out of nowhere and said that he would be on Raw. And the reason that that's unusual is because obviously we've just had the Superstar shakeup. Roman has moved over to Smackdown. And so he's not a Raw superstar. This feels a little bit like a reaction to the ratings. The ratings haven't been brilliant recently. And Vince also said that a large part of why the first quarter of this year was down was because there were so many key players that were missing. So clearly Vince feels that he needs Roman back on Raw. But what's extra spicy is the fact that WWE have actually issued a statement saying Roman won't be on Raw. So you've got Roman saying, I'll see you Monday. Then you've got WWE saying, no, you won't. Roman turned around and said, just have my music ready. They're really building up this Roman versus the McMahons, Roman versus the Machine, Roman versus the company storyline. It's very interesting. And I personally can't wait to see where it builds and where it leads to. So that is the big story. Will we see Roman tonight? I think we will. But I think this is part of a bigger deal. Roman versus the McMahons. Next up, new SmackDown Tag Champions. This Tuesday, it's been announced that Shane is going to hand-pick new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Now, the first team that came to mind when I thought of that was the B Team. And the reason I thought of those guys was because we don't see them that often. And on last week's SmackDown, he actually brought them out. He brought them out to attack Roman in a handicap match. And so there's every chance that they are now kind of his stooges. Are the B Team working for Shane McMahon? Could it be that he now just hands them the SmackDown Tag Team titles? Of course, those Tag Team titles used to belong to the Hardy Boys. Jeff Hardy has got a legitimate injury, so they had to vacate those titles last week. So we will get new champions this week. There isn't any kind of tournament or qualifying matches or anything like this. At the moment, the new champs are just going to be given those titles by Shane McMahon. Could Roman play a part in that as well? We're going to have to wait and see. And then the other big news, this came out from Barn Burner Radio, and they've said that sources are telling them that Jon Moxley, aka Dean Ambrose, could be on his way to Impact Wrestling. That is a big news story. Of course, we need to see. It could all just be smoke and mirrors. But that vignette did come out at the end of last week. And yeah, it's a big, big story. The fact that Dean Ambrose is now Jon Moxley. Clearly that promo has had some money spent on it. Of course, Dean, Jonathan could have spent that money himself. But I reckon a company's done it. It really feels to me like there's a company that has given him money to produce that promo. Was it WWE? Was it Impact? Was it AEW? Of course, there's clues or apparent teases in that promo. We see a couple of dice, which obviously implies Las Vegas, which is where Double or Nothing is going to be held. Also on the dice was a 2 and a 5, and the 25th of May is the date of Double or Nothing. So just a couple of things that are pointing towards AEW. So this news that it could be Impact Wrestling really has come out of nowhere and caught a lot of people off guard. So I would say those are the three big talking points as of this morning. Of course, the biggest story recently has been the Lio Rush story. For those of you that haven't heard, Lio Rush kind of upset with WWE at the moment. I'd say that's an understatement. He feels like he is being disrespected. Apparently you are expected to carry other people's bags, and he says that he just does not want to do that. But respect is a big thing in WWE, like backstage. You should be respectful to those that have kind of been before you. So it's hard to know really who's at fault here, because I would say the wrestling community are kind of 50-50 split on this. But it is a very interesting talking point, and I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that new wrestlers should be carrying the bags of the legends, of the veterans, to show them respect? It's kind of a tradition that's gone on for a long time, or do you feel that the world has moved on and that's not what we should be doing anymore? Chris Jericho actually came out just before the weekend, I think it was on Friday, and said that even though he never had people carry his bags, he's still expected to be shown that level of respect. He's still expected to be treated like the kind of legend, veteran, professional that he is. And, there's an argument that maybe Lio Rush is not giving some of the legends, some of the veterans, that level of respect. He feels like they should all be equals. But obviously those that have been there for a long time feel they should be treated with a certain degree of respect. It's been very interesting actually hearing from the likes of Booker T on this subject as well. He kind of siding and agreeing with Chris Jericho, saying that the veterans, the legends, should be given that extra level of respect. But I'm very interested to know what you guys think. My personal opinion on this is that they should be given extra respect. Without them, you could argue there wouldn't be a wrestling kind of company the size of WWE without the likes of Stone Cold or Big Show or Triple H, all of those legends that you see backstage in the locker room, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. You should give them that respect because they've paved the way for you. But should you have to carry bags? Don't know. I'm not sure how you show that respect. But I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Of course, we're live again tonight for Raw. We're live tomorrow for SmackDown Live. We do those every single week. So if you are watching, smash that subscribe because we are here every Monday, every Tuesday, and now every morning, just quickly breaking down the news as it stands. Right. That's it for me, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Really appreciate the support. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.